does it do that?
I
It
have
like just
no
goes back to
idea. I was like,
I
I'm
don't
ready
understand.
now. I was like, hello, 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 and then it started right again.
I don't understand why Restream
Oh, I feel
does
like I'm not
that.
talking.
It makes
Hello.
no sense to me. But whatever. It's fine.
Back.
It's fine.
You're queer or something like that they say these days. Welcome back to your Wednesday night conversation. This is live with Fefe and Freddy. I'm
What's
Felicia
up?
Skinner, wearing the
Um
tears of queer people.
oh, is that what we're going for this evening?
Yeah,
Oh,
I like the
excellent.
airbender over there. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. This was a couple of reasons. Number one is I had one of the last times I was at Goodwill, I found this whole fucking, it's a whole thing. I had the pants and everything too for
No
$4,
way.
right?
What?
So, I mean, it's not terrible. It's definitely like cheaper, but it's not like the worst Aang costume I've ever seen.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do something a little bit easy, and we're just gonna go ahead and
Uh-huh.
do like
Okay.
Aang, but it's like Ember Island players with a sequel. Notice the blush and the eyelashes and my pretty blue. It's pretty.
Oh.
It's pretty.
Wait, let's see this. I gotta make sure I can see.
Oh, there we go. Get the full effect. The full effect.
Okay,
It's great.
okay,
It's
okay.
UV reflective too. So if you look at my Facebook profile, you see I have a picture with the UV light. It's very exciting, very high tech.
This is the life we're living.
Mm,
Wow. Wow.
mm.
So exciting. So exciting. Ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, we have a jam-packed show because we decided, or I decided, because I was working like 16-hour days. There was no way I was coming home to do the show. I'm so sorry.
I feel like that's just a cop out. Honestly, I feel like you could
Oh my
have done it if you had
gosh.
just applied yourself. But you know,
Oh God. Wow. It's evaluation
yeah.
time. Um, but we're gonna be talking about the Book of Leviticus. Mm. Mm.
We got a little Bible study happening this evening.
The
It's so
internet is
interesting.
rampant with us lately too.
It's great. It's great. So make sure that you share this with your pastors
Mm-hmm.
and all of your
Preachers,
like your Republican representatives.
clergy.
Because we're gonna learn some stuff. We're gonna learn some stuff this evening.
We done learned some stuff today.
Mm.
We'll be talking about this and more, including headlines that include like, tell me you're racist, but then tell me you're not racist, but then say that something isn't racist, but say that it is racist. Hmm? Hmm? Okay. Got you. Got you. Hmm. The internet has been buzzing, but before we get started, we want to know.
Did
Hello, hello, goodbye,
oh,
hello.
what the hell? Okay, we're
I have
fine.
no
We're
idea
fine. We're
what this.
good.
Okay,
I don't know if
okay.
you went away because for a second you went away and then I went away and then you came back and then I came. It's
Well,
fine. You know what? It's fine.
maybe that
We're
was
it's
Leviticus just saying, "Why are you mentioning me on
mm,
here?"
right.
Royalties after all this time. Anyway, how has
Right.
religion or spirituality? Gosh,
Wow,
why is that hard for me to say?
spirituality. Well, that's
I
a
don't
very
know.
difficult word.
I don't know. Sometimes it gets me. Sometimes my brain does not want to work. But how has it shaped your life? Hmm.
So I'm going to apologize to all of our watchers and our listeners this evening because I will talk about this later, but I'm getting over a thing and my throat, you can hear my voice has dropped like 4 octaves, and it is this is
Yeah.
um I am on the struggle bus, but I feel okay mostly, but this throat thing is a thing. So I apologize if I go into a coughing fit. I will mute myself, but I may be clearing my throat every so often, and I am currently sucking on a throat lozenge. So
Oh, as long
yeah.
as you don't suck on other things. We don't have a permit for that, and we could get kicked off of YouTube. So,
Oh,
I mean,
I wasn't planning on it. I feel like that would probably just irritate my throat more.
oh,
So
that's true. That's true. That's true. Hmm.
so yeah. So
Um,
I apologize in advance, folks, for the state of my throat.
you get what you pay for. But speaking of that,
Mm.
not a lot of throat clearing on our Patreon. Um, you can support our podcast if it decides to show up. Oh, there it is. Um, by going to patreon.com/live with Fefe and Freddy. With that comes like shirts, stickers, all this merch that I don't have to purchase and do myself. Um, and you're lucky for that because you missed the age of like the pandemic when I sent things to
Oh
people's
Lord.
homes. It was great.
Yeah.
I had
That
so
was
much time that
something.
I double wrapped everybody's packages. So,
With like duct tape. It was something else.
and if you could get it open, you were lucky. Anyway, we like to thank Bill, Brandon, Cassandra, Chris and Michelle, D, Drake Jensen, and Michael, Casey Starr, Carrie and Corey, Joan, Laura, Madam Askew, and the Grand Arbiter, Nicole, Patricia Mason, and Shannon. Fun thing about Patreon is the owner or like the CEO of Patreon was on Patreon Live this afternoon. And so I kind of name dropped um, Madam Askew and the Grand Arbiter and Brandon McGill
Oh.
because he was looking for creators to follow on Patreon. So I was like,
Did you name drop us?
well, we were on there. So like
Oh.
that's obvious.
Well, still.
Well, he was writing a list. So
Yeah,
if the CEO of Patreon stops by our page, then ta-da!
that would be nice.
If my boss is watching, I was full on doing that report you asked me to do today.
Same. I was also working while filling out the show sheet today.
Mhm. 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 It was
Hmm.
important work. Mhm. Uh, and a huge thanks to Wigs of a Kind for supporting us this season. I am not wearing a Wigs of a Kind wig where I usually am. Freddie is not wearing a Wigs of a Kind wig, but that would
It
be
didn't go with the
awesome if it
fit.
was
Right.
like an arrow on hair.
That'd be
Hmm.
interesting. That'd be interesting.
Marissa.
Yeah.
Anyhow, uh, at least we're not all trying to sleep next to him. Well, you don't know the listener's motives for watching the podcast.
She's mad
Let's
at
know.
me because I was like dying and she couldn't sleep, so she went to go sleep on the couch.
Listen. Okay. I am the person that has asthma. So I sound like I'm howling at the moon while I'm getting over a cold. So I'm kind of on the team loud cough. So I can't be
See,
like I can't I'm so
it's
sorry.
fine. I was probably going to die, but at least she got, was able to go onto the couch. So, whatever. I was
Damn.
fine. Thank you. Thank you for being concerned about my well-being. Yeah.
Um, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, we solve family matters here on the show. Please support our Patreon. Um, there's more. I promise there's more. Um, what did you do this weekend? Or should I go
um
first? Because things
I mean,
were going.
I don't have a ton really. I've been
Oh,
dealing with
okay.
this for almost 2 weeks, which eh, I'm probably fine. I will put it out there that Felicia gets first dibs at my drag if I die, like if I have pneumonia or some
Oh,
shit, and I,
wow.
so Felicia, this is now on record. You get to have first crack at my
Ugh.
drag cave. You're welcome. Um, not was it last weekend? No, the weekend before. I don't remember. A couple weeks ago, I went to go see
Sometime in the
Stray
past.
Cat Theater's Angels in America.
Mm.
Really, really good. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, you should be. The miniseries is fine when it came out. I
Mm.
think it was like HBO a few years back, but they took out a lot of the sort of like magic kind of stuff, um, which is key in like the whole thing. So I highly recommend, if you ever have the opportunity to go see Angels in America as a stage production, do it. Um, a couple of all queer Shakespeare alumni were in the cast, so I was like, it was 7 hours of theater. Um, it was all on Saturday, so part one is like 3 hours, part two is almost 4 hours with a
Oh,
break in
shit.
between. So it was like it was a long day of theater, but it was so good, and the cast was
Did
really
you
really
pay
good.
rent? You paid
Did I?
rent?
No,
You stayed there so long.
I know, seriously, it was crazy.
Um,
And then
we can
um,
sell it, but, I do I at
you
least
ain't gonna
claim the
get
shoes.
shit. You
I
ain't gonna get shit. Nobody's gonna want my stuff. Maybe donate it to a museum or something. Um, who the fuck knows?
I got some.
We did go to see the new Mandalorian last Thursday. That was super fun. Um, the
What's weird
movie
to
was
me
great.
is that the guy that is in Spider-Man, the thicker gentleman, is was on the previews, and I was like, "Why is he there? He can't be in this movie." You know the
I have
guy
no idea what you're talking about.
I saw the guy on the previews. I'm gonna Google it.
No idea what you're talking about. Not a
Saw
clue.
a dude on the previews, and I was like,
Um, And
"Okay, keep
then
talking."
on Sunday night, I made my way over to Thunderbird Lounge after filling myself full of antibiotics to watch Scoundrel Days, which is an 80s cover band. Anita
Oh,
John, who
uh-huh.
is in it,
I didn't know
and
they were in a band.
as
Maybe I
well
did
as
know they were in a band.
his husband. And it's really, really good. It was super fun. And the everybody that was there was like my age, because it was all like 80s music, right? So I didn't have
Mm.
to worry about like the teeny boppers and shit. But it was like all people my age and like theater folks and stuff. So it was good. It was a good time. It was chill, and the weather wasn't stupid hot. It was my first time at Thunderbird Lounge, so that was interesting.
Was it?
Um Never been there.
Huh.
I keep meaning to like go to Loteria or whatever, like when Ripple does it, but I never
I
got
didn't go
around to it.
for
So
Loteria, but I think they were there for something else, and I performed there.
I have
Um,
not performed there because I don't get booked in this town. Um,
that's not
but
true.
okay, well, I don't get booked to perform. How about that? Um, but it was good. It was fun. I wore myself out. Like I just got non antibiotics like the day before, and I literally
Oh,
ended up
no.
sleeping. When I got my antibiotics like on the Saturday, we had to do some running around. We got back. I slept for like 4 hours on Saturday. It was
Your
like I was
body
like it was ugh. So yeah, that's basically all I've been doing. I've been just trying to recover
to
with
live.
from this shit while trying to not be stuck at home all the time. So
Um,
interesting.
I feel like I feel like every time you travel, you get sick. Do we need to give
I
you,
mean,
like,
it's a. I mean, it's a thing. Like you travel, you end up. You know what I mean? Like you get the crud or whatever, but not usually like this. Not it hasn't like things like this don't usually
mm,
linger for 2+ weeks, which is about where we're at right now. So
hmm,
yeah,
yeah,
so
I need to get
yeah.
that checked real quick, thanks. So
It's
much.
fine. It's
2
fine.
weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. I did absolutely nothing. I um, last week I worked 3 graduations. 3. 2 were at night, so it was fine. It was nice. And 1 was during the day when it was hot, very
Ew,
hot.
gross.
Yes.
No. Was it
Um,
outside?
and sweaty. It it
Ew.
was. This is taking forever. What
No,
is
that's not
taking
okay.
forever? I'm new to
That
this. What is taking
probably
forever?
my thing.
Oh, your throat. Well, you've only been on it for, like, less than a week?
Mm. I mean, I've been
It
on
is.
antibiotics for less than a week, but I've had this shit for
Oh.
almost 2 weeks now. That's the problem.
Anyhow, I'm so sorry. Um, what did we do yesterday? We did something yesterday. But most of the weekend, I felt like I just recovered. I did not do much. I did not move much.
Mm.
I'm still feeling purely exhausted in a different way than you are, but feeling pretty exhausted. But we went to the pool yesterday, the community cesspool. Um,
Yeah.
or was that Monday? Whatever day it was. And spent time with the kiddos. But that was it. I for me, yes, I appreciate those that have served. I'm just feeling some kind of way about American holidays here lately. Not that I'm anti,
Yeah.
it's just that I'm not like in years past I have like decked out in like red, white, and blue. And right now I feel like that's taken over by other people. And so
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if I see anything red, white, and blue or patriotic, whatever, I'm just gonna assume that you're a racist ass hat because that's pretty much like,
because it's kind of scary out there, and most of the people that either uh, taunt or catcall or have rude things to say are usually wearing the American flag and telling me that this is America. So
right, right,
yeah, I was born
yeah,
here, but okay.
yeah, yeah.
Anyhow, but yeah, a lot of rest, and it sounds like you need some rest before
Mm,
our busy weekends come up here pretty soon. You need the rest.
mm.
Anyhow, I know, kept it short. I live a fulfilling life of a lot of things, of nothings. But it was great to not worry about working or anything. So, should we go on to the tip?
Yes.
Question mark. Okay.
Okay, so for this evening, I'm like, what do I talk about? I had something good. And I was scrolling as I do,
Mhm.
and I saw someone um like was interviewing somebody else, a fucking Twitler supporter, and they were talking about the Bible, blah blah blah. And I'm like, aha, that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the Book of
Oh
Leviticus, which
no.
is the book that of the Bible that everybody seems to only pay attention to one little part and ignore everything else.
Well, isn't
So,
that how it all is? They these little
yes,
passages
but
out.
this book specifically.
Oh.
So, the Book of Leviticus is the third book of the Bible. It is also the third book of the Torah, and it's mostly made up of God's speeches to Moses after he led the Israelites out of Egypt, la 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 la. It's full of sort of
Mhm.
the laws and rules to be passed down, um, from God, yada yada. Um, However, chapter 18, verse 22 is the only one that Christians ever seem to pay attention to. They're happy
Is
to
this the one that's
ignore
on the
the rest of
bumper
it.
stickers?
On the
I think
bumper
it's the one that's on
stickers?
the no, read
No,
it.
that's usually John 3:16 or some shit.
Okay.
No. So we're gonna talk tonight a little bit about the Book of Leviticus.
Mm.
So there are laws on things like sacrifice, diseases, crimes, rules for priests, blasphemy, the blah 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 blah. And I wanted to specifically talk about some of these that if you were to bring these up to Christians, they would find every excuse in the book, no pun intended, as to why these laws don't need to be followed or whatever.
And
And
they do.
mind you, first of all, when talking about the book of Leviticus, it's really only the laws and
Huh.
rules that are designed for Jewish folks, Jewish priests, etc. Because these
Hmm.
weren't Christians; these were Jews.
You can't mention that
Now,
either.
mm, but you know, first of all, I mean that's the other thing is nobody wants to admit that the Old Testament and the Torah are essentially the same thing. But
Ooh.
whatever. We just cherry pick shit. So with things like adultery, it's very clear. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 20 says, "You shall not have intercourse with your neighbor's wife to be defiled by her." Looking at, of course, every fucking politician in DC that has been, including the fucking president,
Mhm.
who has had affairs, who have cheated on their wives, who have been caught on the, hookup apps, the gay hookup apps, all of those
Mhm.
things. But
And the
we're
reason
going
why
to ignore
Grindr
that
goes
one.
down every time the Republican convention is in
Right.
town.
We're going to ignore that. Idol worship. This is another one. This is sort of a, this is a, this is, this is,
Hmm.
mm, Leviticus chapter 19 verse 4 says, "Do not turn to idols or make for yourself molten gods, statues and pictures of Twitler is Jesus, all the AI shit is him as
Oh.
a doctor,
Ugh.
like all of
Who?
that is a doctor."
Oh, I have not seen that. Mm-mm.
Yes, you have. We talked about it.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry.
Literally talked about it.
Yes.
um yeah, all of that, big no. Big no. The big like gold statues that are being like erected in places like that is
Is
like
that
idol
seriously gonna
worship.
happen?
It's already happened.
Ew.
It's already happened.
Ugh.
This is an interesting one. So there's also a lot of, rules and things in Leviticus that talk about how to treat other people. And when we're talking about the harvest, chapter 19, verse 10 says, "Nor shall you glean your vineyard, nor shall you gather the fallen fruit of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the needy and for the stranger."
Ooh.
Mm. So, I mean, if you think about it, that's all about food waste, right? How much food do we waste?
And
We
here
just,
we are taking people off of food stamps.
right. We take people off of food stamps. We take people off of any sort of government assistance. We throw
Mm.
out food that is totally good. It is against the law to feed people who don't have homes.
Hmm.
Mm. So this is another one that I feel like folks in Washington really need to do another sort of recap on the Bible. So, lying and taking the Lord's name in vain, it's chapter
Mhm.
19, verses 11 and 12. "You shall not steal, nor deal falsely, nor lie to one another. You shall not swear falsely by my name so as to profane the name of your God." Now,
Huh.
Everyone seems to
Imagine that.
think everyone seems to think that taking the Lord's name in vain means going, "Oh my god," or "God damn it."
No, it
That is
means
not
something
that is
else.
not taking the Lord's name in vain. That is not what that means. What that means, and it says, "You shall not swear falsely by my name so as to profane the name of your God." What that means is you do not get to say, "I swear to God."
Mhm.
If you are lying and you swear to God that you are telling the truth, if you swear to God that this is not going to hurt anybody, if you swear to God that this is all on the up and up and you are not full of shit,
Mm.
that is taking the Lord's name in vain. And I should also mention that most of these things are actually punishable by death.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is another one that gets very much ignored, especially these days. So, talking about loving your neighbors, right? So, chapter 19, verse 18, you shall not take vengeance, nor bear any grudge against the sons of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself.
Oh,
Mm.
people are not following that.
Everybody always has to love thy neighbor, whatever up and, needle point or whatever, but they forget the rest of it. You shall not take vengeance nor bear any grudge against the sons of your people. So all this petty, um, you know, I'm gonna fire you or I'm gonna do this because you're not, hurting the
Christian.
people that are against me or whatever the fuck it is
Mhm.
that our current administration does and likes to do. Very,
Mhm.
very not biblical. Not biblical at all.
At all. At all.
Mixed fabrics. Mixed fabrics and crossbreeding cattle.
Say what now?
Crossbreeding cattle. So if you have like, two different types of cattle and you want to come up with a different type of beef, you're actually not supposed to crossbreed
Oh.
because chapter 19, verse 19 says, "You shall not breed together two kinds of your cattle. You shall not sow your field with two kinds of seed, nor wear a garment upon you of two kinds of material mixed together." So the polycotton blends,
Oh my
all your
gosh. I
like
am wearing one.
LuLaRoe leggings and shit.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
like partial lycra, partial cotton, blah 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 blah. It's an abomination, y'all. It's an
Judge me
abomination.
harshly.
You are bad. You are naughty. Um,
Always.
hair and tattoos. So, verse 9, chapter 19, verse 27 and 28, you shall not round off the side growth of your heads, no harm the edges of your beard. You shall not make any cuts in your body for the dead, nor make any tattoo marks on yourselves. So you're not supposed to,
Eee.
all y'all getting haircuts? Shame.
I haven't gotten one.
Shame.
Miss
Well,
you,
then you're
John.
fine. But you did trim your beard.
I did.
Yeah.
Both
No
of them.
haircuts, no beard trimming. So all of the people in Washington that have trimmed their hair, that have gotten haircuts, that have trimmed their beard, shame.
Mm.
Shame. Uh when it comes to strangers and immigrants, chapter 19, verses 33 and 34, when a stranger resides with you in your land, you shall not do him
Mm.
wrong. The
Ooh.
stranger who resides with you shall be to you as the native among you, and you shall love him as yourself, for you were aliens in the land of Egypt.
You are aliens in the land of America. Ooh.
All right. These are all like very convenient for people to just completely fucking ignore. I'm going to get to the one that everybody seems to focus on, but these are things that are literally in the same chapter. They're
Oh.
in the same book. They're within like sentences of each other, and people just skip over all of this. It's like redacted, redacted.
So
It looks like the Epstein files. Redacted, 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 redacted. Redacted, 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 redacted. So
I have read the Bible um twice. Um Not memorized it because I don't think I'm that person. But it's so interesting. I wonder how many of these people that are quoting these books or quoting these lines are and using them for themselves have actually read the Bible.
Oh, I'm pretty sure most of them have not, because you can tell that their reading comprehension is essentially zero.
I mean, I just wonder. I just have this like inkling
Like,
that they haven't read the Bible at all.
no, I can guarantee you they haven't, because you can throw all these other things at them and they just look at you dumbfounded and they don't know what the hell to say. Um,
Yikes.
and like I said, the punishments, in chapter 20 verse 10, if there is a man who commits adultery with another man's wife, one who commits adultery with his friend's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. So that would get rid of Twitler's entire family.
Oh my God.
Like, that would wipe them all out, which would be wonderful. So if someone could make that happen, like, that would be great. And just use the Bible as an excuse, because that's what they do, right? They use the Bible as an excuse to persecute,
I mean, I feel
to
like
be
the people that
hateful.
have attempted this have not been very good at it. So,
I've determined that the people who have attempted this must be stormtroopers, because I've never seen anybody with worse aim. Besides being completely fucking fictional, but Oh, and let's not forget the food. Leviticus talks
Mm,
specifically about food. Now, let me know if you've eaten any of these things. Anybody, right? So, pork. Have you
mhm,
eaten pork? You have eaten
mhm,
pork. Rabbit. You might not have eaten rabbit, but rabbit is eaten, especially
mm.
in places where hunting is big. Uh, Seafood, if it doesn't have fins and scales. The only seafood that's good seafood is the kind that have fins and scales. So shellfish, out. No shellfish. No crabs. No
Oh
lobster.
no. Oh
Your
no.
crawfish. All that shit. Nope.
How dare you?
Bad. It's an abomination. You are unclean.
Oh no.
Ostriches. So ostrich meat, you have like ostrich burgers, ostrich eggs, things like that.
I
Nope,
have
can't
had
eat that.
ostrich eggs, not
Yeah,
ostrich meat.
you are unclean. Um, Crocodiles and alligators. So the folks down south that eat alligator,
Mm,
unclean. You are unclean. Throw that on your barbecue with
kind
your
of
pork ribs
rubbery.
and stuff. Unclean. But in case you need some good like meat that is perfectly clean, beef is fine as long as remember you can't have bred two different
How would you know
cows,
that?
because you have to figure out what kind of beef you're eating.
Organic grass fed,
So
because I
yeah,
have that kind of budget.
you're
Mhm.
right. That's still, you probably are eating some sort of fucking hybrid. I don't know. But locusts, crickets, and grasshoppers are totally okay.
I have had crickets before.
I'm allergic to them. I cannot eat them. But so instead of eating crab legs and going to a crab buffet or having a crawfish boil, you could have a
You
locust
shut your
boil.
mouth. You shut your mouth.
Look, I'm just trying to help all of you be good Christians so that you can
You
live
know I love a good
the good Christian
mhm,
life as dictated to you by
mm,
the Bible, which so many of you are so fond of quoting. Now,
and reading.
when we're
Reading.
talking about Leviticus,
Mhm.
the only verse that anybody ever seems to pay attention to, and the only verse that Christians seem to be the diehard on obeying, is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22, which states, "You shall not lie with a male as with a woman. It is an abomination."
Oh, they
Now,
always bring that up.
that's the only one that they ever pay attention to. They ignore the
They
rest
didn't
of it.
read the whole book.
No, because it's all been redacted. It's like I said, it's like the Epstein files, redacted, 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 redacted.
Oh, this one works for
Almost
us, so
bad.
we're gonna use
Redacted,
this.
redacted, redacted,
Yeah.
redacted, redacted. Now,
Can you
the
put that into
problem with
context?
this is that when you have something that has been translated and retranslated, retranslated,
No.
retranslated, and translated incorrectly, and retranslated and retranslated and retranslated, and this sounds fine. We'll just go with this. The problem is that it ends up being, wrong. So
Mhm.
when scholars and progressive theologians and things talk about this
I love
specific
this part.
verse,
Mhm.
it's already been discovered that it's it's wrong. What is we currently see in the Bible is wrong. It has been
Mhm.
misinterpreted.
Yeah.
Because if you go back to some of the ancient texts, what should the word for man and the word for man should be the same, right? If you're saying,
You
no
would think
man
so.
shall
You would
lie
think
with a
so.
man as with a
Mhm.
woman, right? It should be the same word. Problem is it's not the same word. And when you look at the ancient texts, when you look at what was written way back when, and mind you, most of this is it's
Mhm.
fiction anyway. It's their morality tales, right? It's Aesop's
Yeah.
fables. It's right. So
I feel like
when
yeah. Mhm.
theologians and scholars and people that actually know what the hell they're talking about and not these ignorant morons, the verse was actually addressing exploitative practices like pedophilia, ritual temple prostitution, which was a thing,
Mhm.
dominance over conquered peoples, rather than talking about like an actual loving, consensual, same sex relationship. Like,
Also, there's things that they quote all the time that are not, necessarily sexual in nature, but then they turn them into sexual in nature that I'm like, "Huh,
I
I
mean, we didn't even get into
what?"
all the stuff in Leviticus that talks about like your slaves and your neighbor's
Yeah.
slaves and all of these things because there's laws and rules about that shit too. So,
Mhm.
but and even if you think about it, okay, so most Christians don't even look at the Old Testament, right? They look at, they'll look at the 10 Commandments, which uh, most of them don't even follow that either. Most of them can't even tell you what the 10 Commandments actually are.
Mhm.
But most Christians, and I'm going to use gigantic fucking quotes here because generally just look at the New Testament because the Old Testament really only applies to those of the Jewish faith
Mm.
because it was all before Jesus.
But
And it all had to do with the Israelites and it all had to do with all of that. And the stories are
mm,
great. You don't have the interesting like plagues and stuff once Jesus comes along, so it gets a little more boring. But like but
but mm,
they still ignore 90% of the Old Testament,
that's what I'm saying.
except for this one little bit.
How'd they get to
And
that side of the book if they're not really reading it?
somebody did once.
Oh.
Somebody did once and it got passed down and all blah 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 blah. So somebody heard something once. It's like a bad game of telephone, right?
Oh, I see.
And like you don't in fact, if you bring up anything else in the Old Testament, they'll say, well, the Old Testament isn't really a thing, blah 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 blah. Okay, but then why are you so focused on this but none of the nothing else
But
in
why
here?
are we mm,
And my
I
whole thing
often
is,
yeah, go ahead.
so why are we talking about this? Why does it
Mhm.
fucking matter, right?
Oh, damn.
In most people's lifetimes, we will come across those people that will throw the
I
Bible
know
at
those
you
people.
as a reason and an excuse to be everything from racist to homophobic to misogynistic to blah 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 blah
Mhm.
blah. They will throw Bible verses at you like nobody's business, taking them out of context. Most of them, they have no idea what the hell they're even talking about. They act like, and these mega churches that bring in so much fucking money. Like you remember when Jesus went into the money lenders and literally like tossed shit, right? Like
Yeah.
literally flipping tables, right? Everybody conveniently forgets that too. But it's always good to understand your enemy. And it's always handy to have things kind of tucked away in your arsenal so that you can have calm, rational debates while their mind is exploding. But, they will say this, and you can say, okay, well, but, you know, Leviticus 19:33 and 34 says, when a stranger resides in your land, you shall do him no wrong. So why do we have detention centers all over the place? Why are we ripping children from their families?
Hmm.
Mm. Um,
Hmm.
why, you're gonna throw the Bible at me, but you're covered in fucking tattoos, and the Bible is very clear that tattoos are not okay. They make you unclean. They are an abomination.
So is there so I know that every so often religion or its following takes a turn historically. Is this another turn where um I don't know what to call it. It is definitely a cult following. But they've taken
Yes.
not the purest approach to it. I've always felt like I know that religion is not the tilt of like where I should be. Like this is not how I picture religion. I
Right.
picture religion as this. Like I cuz isn't that like the thing? Like I grew up in the church. You're supposed to open your arms, accept God and he accept you and but then when you start to hear things, especially when gay marriage was up in the air and it became a thing, I went there for the and it
Right.
became like so.
Well, I mean, when it comes to like Christianity has always been problematic.
Mhm.
Like the
I feel like
amount
I
of
just went there for the
wars,
spiritual. I just was
like,
out of mm,
and that's I think that a lot of the younger generation are kind of turning away from religion altogether because it's just like they're turning away from politics as it is. You know what I mean? So like the younger generation is going to come in and fuck shit up, which needs to happen. Um,
mhm,
but I think that Karl Marx in the Communist Manifesto said, that religion is the opiate of the masses, and it is. If you look at any sort of organized religion, how many people get sort of lulled into this, religion is the only way that I have to be good because of religion. I can't, just be good to be a good fucking human. I have to be good because I'm afraid of whatever.
consequences?
Right. But not even consequences. It's like, cuz if you look at like, so Buddhism is more of a theology than
Mhm,
an organized religion, right? And you know, Buddhism is like, yes, it doesn't matter what you do when you die, your entire life is going to get looked at and it's going to be taken care of, accordingly. Whereas like
mhm.
with Christians, you're like, I'm going to be a mass murderer, but as they're injecting me on,
I'm
death
gonna
row,
pray.
I'm going to be like, I repent. And everybody's going to be like, oh my God, he found Jesus. He's saved. He's going to heaven. And it's like, no, 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 no.
Mhm,
That's that. No, like when you look at things like Buddhism is like, okay, so maybe you did some good things, but you also did some really shitty things, and at the end of the day, we're gonna look at you as a whole,
mhm.
and we're going to figure out what to do with you, because you don't get to just be like, well, look, I did 3 good things, which cancels out this one really
Oh, wow.
shitty thing that I did.
Mhm.
Like, I killed my entire family, but I pet this dog once. I
Yeah.
saved ducklings that were crossing the street, so that makes up for the fact that I didn't. No, 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 no. No.
Mhm.
But, I think Christianity in the
I
past has been, I mean, God, look at the Spanish Inquisition, all the wars, all
Mhm.
the shit that has been done in the name of Christianity, right? All the fucking colonization, all the fucking it's still today, even the missionaries that go to places that they really have no about Jesus. And it's like, so you're gonna be like, I will give you this food, but you have to listen to me like preach, and we
Mhm.
have to try and convert you, otherwise I can't give you this food. So it's like,
It's almost like sales.
right. It's the biggest fucking pyramid scheme on the planet. It's like Amway. Um, or like a what do you call it?
A Ponzi scheme?
No, the timeshare. It's like a timeshare.
Mm.
You have to go and listen to this presentation, and maybe we'll give you something at the end, but you have to, in order to do that, you have to, and it's we're I don't think we're quite, I mean, I don't know that we're quite at a holy war point yet, but I always feel like we're kind of teetering on that edge, because the holy war that we're going to end up experiencing is going to be a civil war, because that's what's happening. You have all these false prophets, all these false Christians who have no idea what it's like to be actually Christ-like. And then
Mm.
they're the ones that are making all the rules. And that's the problem. Being complete fucking hypocrites.
And also, not making space for other religions is just terrible to me. Um, I mean, we don't have to like scream and be like we're all going to be believing the same thing, but that's what's happening. Is I feel like we're all listening to people scream like you're going to be this kind of religion, and if you're not, it's very terrifying and it's going to be
Well,
fearful.
the same people that don't read the Bible and have reading comprehension of exactly 0, are the same people that are screaming that America was founded as a Christian country, which it was not. In fact, it's very specific about that, and things like the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and things like, there are very specific things that were said by our founding fathers that had to do with religion.
Hmm.
And most of it was no.
Yeah, including separation of church and state. But
State. Right. But again, these are people that are complete fucking idiots who have never actually read anything, who have, if you were to put something like that in front of them, they wouldn't even know where to begin. They wouldn't, like, if you literally, if you were to like, here is, the Bill of Rights and the Constitution,
uh-huh.
interpret this. Like, this is literally what they said. What did the founding fathers say? They would look at it and be like, I don't even know how to, like, I it sounds awful, but it's literally, these people have
No, it's the
0
truth
reading
because
comprehension. Like,
we test those that are seeking citizenship on the Constitution and other things. And so we did something because we had a colleague that got their citizenship, and we did the little sample test that they hand out. Not many of my coworkers passed.
no.
I feel like a thing that I hold on to is history. Um, Not that I know like dates, times, and things, but I do hold on to like little facts. So when they were like, mm, I was like, do we not know this thing is like hanging in every room? Like you walk
I
into a
mean,
bank, it's
I would
there.
be, I admit that if I were to take like the US citizenship test, I probably wouldn't pass it, because there's a lot of shit that I
That's
don't know. And
crazy.
like, but we expect everybody else to know it, which
Yeah.
is funny, because now you're going to throw the people out that have been made to take this test, so they know more about it than you do, but
Ah,
like these people know more about being a citizen than you do,
they
but
know the
you're
history
going
from
to
beginning
say
to
right,
end.
but they're the ones destroying the country because whatever, like it's
Hi, Brandon.
hey Brandon.
Thank you.
um but yeah, it is like
It's
it
very
it makes
trying.
it makes no
But
sense.
I also don't like the fact that we have to base things on religion. Just say, like, I don't agree with homosexuality. Just say that. Um, and then say your reasons why. Don't give false
There's the
fact.
problem. You ask them for logical reasons why these things are not good, they
Mhm.
cannot do it. They anytime you have like anytime I've ever had any sort of a conversation with anybody and it's been like, "Okay, tell me why this isn't good. Tell me why this is so offensive." And the only thing they can tell you is God says so. So
What?
they have no actual opinion on anything for themselves. They're just regurgitating shit that isn't even actually a thing,
Oh, that's so scary.
but they they can never tell you why, and it's like, okay, so you find two men offensive, but you don't find two women as offensive. In fact, you think that's hot, and I could guarantee that if I look at your, Pornhub searches, that I'm gonna find a lot of lesbianism in there. And trans women are a problem because you think that cis men are going to dress like women to molest your daughters. The problem isn't trans women. The problem there is cis men. But you conveniently forget that trans men completely exist anyway. So it's like they can't, there is no logic. And trying to, that which is why I literally just say, you know what, have some of these pieces of information regarding, with Leviticus and other, things like that, have them sort of just tucked away, because then you can throw them at people and you can do it calmly while their heads explode. And that's my favorite thing to do, is watch their heads explode, because they're fucking stupid. And they don't like it when people hold that mirror up. And by throwing the Bible back at them, just like they're doing at you, they they freeze. It's like they don't know what to do, because, oh my god, this person has actually maybe read the Bible or actually knows what they're talking about. Meanwhile, I'm just
Yes.
regurgitating bullshit.
Mhm. Um, or I told someone I grew up Catholic, and you should have just saw their face. They're like, "Really?" And I'm like, "What's going on? Are you okay?" I have been
I
to the other
realized
side.
I had to look up the church that I grew up in when I was a kid, because I didn't know what denomination it was. For the longest time, I thought it was Methodist for some reason. It's not Methodist. The denomination, I can't remember what it was called. I have to look it up again. Is actually like basically in evangelist. It's evangelical, and
Oh,
which is
wow.
really right. Which is really
Oh.
interesting. Uh my father is a conundrum. One of these days I will talk about my father, and I will I have a complicated relationship with my family. But one of these days I will talk about my father,
Mm.
and it'll for people that know me, they might be like, okay, things make sense now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it know what you're talking about. Know,
I still
they don't
think
like
that we should
facts.
still treat people, like, yeah.
I will treat basically anybody like a person, uh, until you decide that you don't wanna treat me like a person, and then I'm like, "Well, I don't really care about you." So, I'm like, like, at this point, like, I don't
Mhm.
wish ill on people. I would have no fucking problem if a gigantic fucking bomb dropped on the White House.
Mm.
None. The people
Scary.
that all voted for Twitler that are now having, like, buyer's remorse, because either they're complaining that their benefits were taken away, or their gas is too high, or they can't afford their medication, or whatever it is. I'm like, well, talk to God about it when you die. Don't care. Sorry. Like, I
Oh
don't,
no.
like, my empathy and the amount of energy that I put into giving a shit these days is more focused on people that aren't, like, literally trying to wipe me off the planet. So it's like, eh. So, anyway, should we move on to some current events and
Yeah, I just threw
whatever the
something in there real quick
things
'cause,
I
yeah.
said?
Speaking of that, oh, it froze for a second. Anyway, well, we've been gone for so long. So much stuff has happened, but we narrowed it down to a little bit of stuff, or Freddie did. Um, all the things that I was thinking though. Um, it's very interesting when we take breaks. I am so like, oh, I should put that on there. Oh, I should put that on there. I think I should just start loading the show sheet on my phone and just go to town every time I see something and be
I
like,
do that sometimes. Like, I can get on the Google Docs on my phone. So, like, every
yeah,
once in a while, I'll be like, oh,
it's
let me
just
put this
harder
little
for me
thing
to
here.
type it on my phone. It's weird. Anyway, while we were gone, y'all, so I just want to say that being an influencer is kind of fading out and content creator is coming in. But people are actually taking this seriously, like serious gerbs. And we've said always that I don't like the thing when people are like, "Do you have a real job?" And I'm like, "Oh, don't do that," because the landscape is changing, right? But unfortunately, as the landscape changes and dump truck has changed things so that places like Spirit Airlines go out of whack, out of business. There
Like,
was a spirit,
mid-flight.
yeah. Sorry, folks, we're gonna have to land here. Um, but there was a Spirit Airlines person that worked for them and was asking James Charles, and I'm sure she asked some other folks to help support her GoFundMe. What a normal person would do. What a normal person would do, like you and I. Would be if I can't afford it, I share it. If I know like where the person can get food, I will send them a food list. If I know someone that's, maybe I see somebody's doing like a temporary job in their area, I'll send them the job. All things that don't cost money. Correct? No? Or you have a platform. There's people that, maybe if you decided to help, you could, but you can't help everyone, but you do what you can. No, 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 no. The internet blew up while we were gone because James Charles decided to take to the internet and basically say, like, what do you expect? A pity party kind of thing. And basically read this lady online where he could have just deleted it. He could have just deleted it. Not to say that I expect any better from him, but he could have just deleted it, ignored it. But instead, he decided to show his ass and basically was like, I'm not giving out free money. What do you want from me? Get a job. And I was like,
Meanwhile, these are like the first people that will, like, oh no, I broke a nail. Here's my GoFundMe because I'm struggling.
yeah. And I'm like, wait a minute. And then some people, this is how, and I'm going to continue this throughout what we're talking about because there's another story that we have on here. Um, Like, don't tell me you're racist, but you tell me you're racist very loudly by not saying that you are. But
Right.
you keep doing the things you're doing. because I can see it. So this is where I started to see like people are like, "Oh, well, give him a break." This isn't the first time he's had a scandal where he's opened his ass before he's opened his mouth. So, like, and we talk about privilege so much on this show. This was
Mhm.
like an example of it. And when I tell you I deleted some folks, especially this is head white men that are like, "Oh, like, oh, my wife likes that makeup, and I'm like, "Wait, what's going on?" Uh, uh, so you support this. I don't get it. Like, mm. When I see our gays going into it, like, "I'm still gonna get his makeup." Oh, we're doing this. We're doing this? Okay. So
Well,
you're the same
it's
people
like the,
doing
"But
Harry
the chicken
Potter.
is so good," or, "But it was part of my childhood."
Yeah. Mm, mm, mm.
Nobody cares.
No, not gonna go well. Um,
Nope.
Juvia's Place is, really pigmented and really good quality. Both Freddie and I use it, so, if you wanna support people that actually support other people and support people of color, go to Juvia's Place.
Most of my stuff is Juvia's Place. I have Juvia's Place, and then I think last year, like, ColourPop was having a sale that had like they had like $5 palettes or something like that. So I got a bunch of those. But Juvia's Place is like, it's
And Juvia's
good.
Place always has, like, a good sale, just like on
They always have,
Memorial Day, they had, like,
yes.
75% off.
They always have sales, like, and their stuff is pigmented. It's
Full
designed
coverage.
like it's designed like their I because I have a bunch of their eyeshadows. I haven't used their makeup like their any of their
Mhm,
like anything, but I have like all their eyeshadows and stuff. Like their shit's designed to show brightly on melanated skin.
mhm,
Like it's good shit. So
and
fuck
does.
all the problematic stuff. Go for the not problematic stuff.
So just wanna put that out there. I know that we're always looking out for each other, but he needs to have several seeds. He needs to think about things. I don't know. I don't know. Interested to see how this plays out, but a lot of people are like, "Whoa, change? No." Um, oh, is this true? Ew, gross. Dump truck wants to steal $1.7 billion to give to the January 6th insurrectionist
Yeah,
because that makes sense. Oh my god. But why? Did he say a reason? No.
because they've been wronged. He
Oh, because
feels
I
bad for
remember
them.
this. They were
Yep.
victimized. And I was
Yep.
surprised he could say the word victimized.
Uh,
Um,
yeah.
mm, mm,
Yeah.
no. Again, if you support this, tell me you're racist without telling me you're racist.
Not even that. Tell me you have no idea. Like tell me that you have that you're gonna.
No
These are
clue what's
all,
going on.
and these are still the Blue Lives Matter folks. Even though cops were literally beaten,
Killed.
cops were killed, but Blue Lives Matter, except for those blue lives.
Because they died for our country?
But support the troops.
Ooh, even that has like a.
Mm. Again, these are the people that have the reading comprehension of like this
Oh,
can
those are
of
my favorite.
Pringles.
Uh,
Like I could probably have a better conversation with this can of Pringles than I can with most people that support Twitler.
mm, mhm, mhm. Um, continuing on, dump truck, dump truck. Oh wow, my face. Look at it was coming off.
Things fall apart. You just
It was like, no, we can't do this anymore. Um, this makes me laugh because there's supposed to be some big thing celebrating the 250th anniversary of, what is it, the White House
Independence
or
Day or something. It's
us
Independence
or
Day. Yeah,
America,
it's yes. That's
all
why
of us.
there's a giant like MMA thing being erected on the front lawn of the White House.
No.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
we living in a reality show?
Yeah. And it sucks. The writers are terrible.
So on this list of the celebration, you'll see a list of like Vanilla Ice, who has been celebrated lately by his. Hmm.
He's right up there with Kid Rock. Like,
Yeah,
okay, bro.
yeah. CC Music Factory, CNC
Which
Music
is
Factory.
surprising. Like, why in the world would
Really?
TNC Music, like, are they conservative?
Huh.
Like, I might have to Google that.
Reality got nothing to do with what we're living these days. I know. It's so terrifying. I have to look. Okay, so walk with me. Have you gotten to the reality of that I have to look up things like 4 times?
Ew, that's why.
Why?
So, CNC Music Factory connection to conservatism stems primarily from their lead rapper and frontman Freedom Williams. In recent years, Williams has emerged as a distinct conservative-leaning voice, publicly aligning himself with the Twitler administration.
Ew.
Gross.
Did not know that. Also, are you all removing people from your playlists? I definitely did Nicki Minaj. I tell
Mm.
Spotify, do not play this artist. You can do this, you know. You can also do it on Apple Music or Google, whatever they play on. You can do this. You can tell it that you are not interested in this artist or do not play this artist ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know that.
Mm-hmm.
If you did not know that, you now know that you can go to these individual artists' page and tell the service that you're listening to not play this. Because they get like, I know it's like 0.0001 cent every time you play. But if we're all listening to it and it's on a random playlist, eh. Anyway,
Yeah.
Milli Vanilli, how is that still a thing? What
How I don't even
how is
are
that?
they who are they going to
Are
lip
they
sync
gonna
to
have the
is my
real
question.
singers come out?
Are they going to lip sync to their own music, or are they going to lip sync to somebody? Oh my gosh, could they like lip sync to like Adele or something, cuz that would be funny.
I dropped CNC after
Like
I yeah.
they're not even uh they're not
Oh, I
even
forgot about that.
yeah. They're not even singers, they're not even artists, they're not even anything. Why would you have Milli Vanilli do anything? Like
Do
that,
they sing
which
for
is funny
real?
because you have a bunch of means you basically have a bunch of posers performing for a bunch of posers, bunch of
Yeah, these are
fake ass
not
people
these are well, the whole
performing for a bunch
list
of
is
fake
not
ass
really
people.
people that we engage with regularly. Well, and you know what happened is a lot of mainstream artists started to sue the administration because they were using their music without permission and not even giving like licensing.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when you play music, especially when it's televised, you're supposed to give a percentage of, funds to the artist that you got permission from. So, uh, they weren't doing that. So these people must be giving away their licensing for free. That's what's happening because he hasn't paid anybody.
No. And
Mm-mm.
most people have learned by now that if you are seen aligning yourself, that he's never gonna pay. He's not gonna pay them. They're not gonna get paid. They'll
They
get paid
probably
in
get like drag
exposure.
pay. They probably get
Right.
drag pay. Like,
Exposure and 2
may
drink tickets.
I'll forward your name to like my DJ friends. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Today, Dump Truck made a comment about having to blow up the country of Oman. if it tries to control the Strait of Hormuz, um,
Almost, yeah.
why every time I do this to myself, I feel like my brain goes into a, like I get
Mm,
a cramp in my brain
mm,
because does does he understand how this works?
nope.
That, that that's not how that works, though. Okay, I will continue reading this. That makes 15 countries that he's either threatened to attack or actually attacked during his 2 terms, with the majority of those happening within the first 16 months of his second term. So far, this term, he's launched 7 strikes on 7 countries and targeted
No,
nearly six.
strikes on 7 countries.
That's what I said, 7 countries.
You said 7 strikes.
And, oh,
It's more than 7. Many more than 7.
yes, probably much more to come because we don't has he attacked Cuba yet. Stay tuned.
That's probably on the list.
Yikes. And targeted nearly 60 alleged drug trafficking boats, killing more than 190 people. Now, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at that this is alleged. Um,
Why hasn't he been hit with like war crimes is what I don't understand. Like I don't understand how the
well,
United
I asked this the
Nations and
first
like
time around. Like, how come
right,
all the
like
people that are around him keep getting arrested, but not him?
I don't fucking understand. I don't understand this at all. Like it makes no sense to me. Makes no sense to me. I don't understand why the United Nations, why NATO, why he's just running around willy-nilly doing all this shit, but I'm like, if anybody else was doing this, it'd be more crimes. Like he'd be charged as a war criminal. Like I don't, it's stupid.
He's protected by the largest military in the whoa. That we're paying billions of dollars per day for. Now, first, before I get into the next one, I want to say congratulations to Honey
Mhm.
Davenport for winning IML, which is international. Is it male? No.
It's Mister, I
What is the M?
think.
I always
Let me
forget
double
the
check.
M.
M is
Is it
uh
Mister? It's not male. I can't imagine that it's male.
let me I think it's Mister.
Well, I like to say congratulations to Honey Davenport for winning their title over the weekend.
It's International Mister Leather. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay. International Mr. Leather. Um, here is the thing. Before Honey was even on stage, they were dealing with something else from a venue that requested their services as a DJ. And then the whole community was showing up in colors, including the people that were there. So I was like, okay, well, we'll let this one, you put it on the shelf. We'll hold on to it. But then, even bigger, as Honey was named and sashed and did all the things, took their picture as it hit the internet. Then it turned into first, it was, well, they didn't deserve to win. How could they ever? Um, and as
Bitch, did you see the pictures? Because
I mean, even just the
right.
have it. Have it. Um, then people decided to take side conversations. The thing that you don't know is that even if people don't comment on your stuff, they're still reading it.
That's what I tell people. I'm like, you may not think that we see things. We see things. We see all the things. We see the transphobic remarks that you make. We see the
Yeah.
misogynistic remarks that you make. We may not say anything at that moment, but we see it and we tuck it away. We
Mhm.
put it in that filing cabinet because we're gonna pull it out later.
Because not to say, I, I'm not one of those people that's gonna be putting you into judgment zone, but like, hey, don't preach. We're supposed to be here for equality. We're supposed to be fighting for this. We're supposed to be fighting for this. But then, no.
No, no, no. Equality only counts in certain places, not there. Drag queens don't do leather.
Since when?
Always.
Oh wow. And I love the showing up and showing out because um people are starting to post their pictures in drag and pictures in leather.
Hmm.
Some people being
But
like,
I mean, these are the same people that complained when like a trans man won. These are the same people that complain when competitors aren't just like totally mask and they're, they wear heels or they wear,
Mhm,
whatever. Like, and it's like these are the same people. They're just like, you're misogynistic and you are racist, and just say it with your full chest because that's what you're saying anyway. Just say it. Just
mhm.
say it because we all know.
And there were some folks that were getting on the boat about like, oh, we're just letting them win.
Right.
Um,
Right.
Someone did a full detail on how many times a white person has won and how many times people of color have won. In that, I remember reading that only one Asian person has been named with that title. And then even just a handful for Black and Latino people. So
Mhm.
this is where when people say that we have your back is where I'm watching because maybe that's not my community today, but maybe I'm interested in exploring that. But then I don't see myself. This is where we talk about representation. This is where we talk about if I see a picture of 10 gays and they're all white, I'm not trying to be friends with you. Or um in do you catch what I'm saying? Like this is where all of this comes from. And then when we're out there
The immigrants are trying to take
picketing,
our jobs.
uh, it's just unbelievable. And I see you. I'm not gonna reply to you. I'm not gonna send you a message because that's not worth my energy. But I see you. Um,
I mean, I've stopped.
and
That's like 99% of the time now. I don't even engage. I just delete and block
and who
because it's
said
like they,
that? I I read the rules. I didn't see anything there that said that because you're international male that y- you have to be masculine.
that well, that's if you. This is where it gets. This is the people are that are bitching about it are going back and quoting the Leatherman's Handbook, which we talked about when I talked
Hmm.
about flagging, which was done in what 1976, something
Let's
like
just say
that.
the
So
70s.
you're gonna tell me
Hmm.
that you're gonna go for something that's like 50 years old, and that's the reason why you have to be super mask and whatever to be in leather, like because
But
nothing
why
has
hasn't the
evolved since then.
conversation yeah, why hasn't the
Obviously,
conversation
like
gone past that? And just
like
because
the
the
the Leatherman's
yeah,
Handbook is a piece of history. It's there. It served a purpose back when it was written 45, 50 fucking years ago. But it has the leather community, the people in the community has grown and evolved past this hyper masculinization that
mhm,
people still tend to want to associate with leather. And the people that are the old guard that won't fall in line, like they're the ones that are being ousted by the community, honestly, because
mhm,
they're showing their asses. They're showing them, as being misogynistic and racist. And the community that has evolved and grown is basically like, okay, well, all right, grandpa, we're just going to put you out to pasture then. So you can go away. We don't want you at our events because
Mhm.
we're better than this now. But people are people gonna people.
Well, that just all goes back up to what we talked about at the beginning of the hour. It's just really crazy right now. I cannot put my finger on it. On I can't control it, but I also know that I don't want it. I don't know. It's very heavy watching that, and and it also reinstates the fact when people hear that Black men and women carry the weight when we, instead of celebrating our excellence, we carry the weight, right? And when people are like, well, you shouldn't feel like that. You should just live an everyday life. This right here, that, I mean, leather's not my thing, but like that could be me. And we keep saying that. And then people are like, well, you just take it too personal. No,
Pick
if,
a struggle.
yeah. And, but I'm like, oh my gosh, like just let them win. Let them live. And
Did
then when the year is over, go and win it yourself.
did
Right?
you know, this is completely aside, but I saw this popped up now on my Facebook. There's
Hmm.
only one member of Milli Vanilli still alive. I don't know if it's Millie or Vanilli. It's one of them. So you only
No.
get one. So
Yikes.
I don't know.
I hope that the one that's alive is the one that's the supporter. That'd be weird. Um, it's
How are you
crazy
gonna?
out here.
I don't
This
even.
is
I don't even know how to do
if you're in another country watching America at the moment, I hope that you are just
this.
enjoying the show. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Okay.
let me see.
Lastly, former Attorney General Pam Bondi was diagnosed with thyroid cancer after leaving her position. That's such a shame. Thoughts and
Thoughts and
prayers, and
prayers.
also may God be with you as you're dressed as the airbender.
I mean, Aang was technically a monk. Like, I guess it's a religious figure.
Mhm.
So you're welcome. That counts.
My
Counts.
goodness. Oh boy. Let's see. I got some cleaning up in here to do that I have not done. Let's see. We have coming up. Well, move it.
Fanfusion.
Oh shoot. Sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
it's
Go ahead
fine.
and
So coming up next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, Drag Story Hour is at Fanfusion, noon on both days. The first day is story time for younglings, so it'll be sci-fi themed. And then Sunday is like fairy tales and stuff. So it'll be fun. Good night, Bill. Thank you so much for your support. Those are always good days. So if you're, looking for a thing to, you just want to chill, if you just want to like, if you have your littles with you and you want to listen to a good story, kind of get a break from the crowds and stuff, come out to the story hours at Fanfusion. It's a good time. I will be Darth Vader the first day and the Magic Mirror the second day.
I'm interested to see how this looks during
Well,
the
I'm
day.
gonna be Darth Vader, but I'm not gonna be like normal Darth Vader. I'm be
Oh,
like undercover
stay
boss Darth
tuned.
Vader.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not right. I moved it, but then didn't correct it. Correct.
Uh,
Correct.
okay.
And then on June 11th, um, Freddie and I will be at Drink Me Tea Room for a Pride edition of Drag Bingo. So come in your Pride gear. If you want to wear rainbows, if you want to wear the trans colors, if you want to wear pan colors. If
Ever
you
pride means to you, unless you come dressed in the American flag, in which case I may poke you in your eye. Like, don't be that guy.
wow, struggle that.
And then 6/21, which is Father's Day, will be at Brick Road Coffee in Tempe for a Father's Day drag story hour. So that'll be fun. And then, oh, I guess I should swap those
Oh.
because on the 20th at Brick Road Mesa at 5 p.m. I am doing a Pride themed bingo, which is going to be benefiting Drank Story Hour. So that'll be fun. And then the 21st is at Brick Road Tempe for the story hour. So the Saturday is trivia. The Sunday is drag story hour.
Uh-huh. And I haven't loaded all these, but I have them saved on my desktop, so
Oh,
that
that's
is
so
helpful.
helpful.
I didn't wanna try to, like, switch them out while we were on here. Um, and then July 10th is Drag Bingo and Cats, and we're celebrating Freddie's birthday. So,
Yes. Maybe I'll bring a cake.
bring presents and
Bring
cake.
money because I will be like flying to Canada for Thrust Fest, like
What is the name of the
basically right
money
after that.
in
So
Canada? I feel like I
dollars.
don't know this. Do they spend dollars?
It's Canadian dollars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought
Different
you meant
dollars.
American I was like, "Wait a minute."
It's like Australian dollars. Dollars, but different.
Yeah.
So, if you want to bring me a present, I will happily take your money so that I will have spending money and stuff when I am in Canada, which is
Yes.
happening on July 24th through 26th in Toronto is Thrust Fest. I'm super excited. All of my stuff is slowly coming together. It's going to be awesome. So if you are able to travel, if you have a passport and you want to go support a whole bunch of kings, go do the thing because it's going to be awesome.
Awesome. Everything is awesome. And then just future thinking, because we get asked about this all the time. Just putting it out there. We want to make sure we tell everyone that Sex Trivia Night is on September 3rd at Gracie's Tax Bar at 8 p.m. And, well, that's for signups. And then 8:30 we start. I have not seen a flyer for it yet, but
It's months away. We probably won't see it until the week of.
or I'll get so frustrated that I'll start making them, and
Right.
that's what happens. I'm
That's
like,
usually
I
how
don't
that
want to wait.
goes.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to wait. So yeah, book us for office parties. Pride Month is a busy month already, but still we have some space in there.
July is my birthday month. I have a little bit of wiggle room. So if you want to get me in your show or whatever for, my birthday month, that would be awesome.
It looks. Oh, yeah. I'll catch up with you on this. We have a guest lined up for June 3rd. Subscribe to our Patreon to hear about who it is before we share it to the public. And ooh, if you subscribe
Dun, dun, dun.
today. Anyhow, be safe out there. Be kind to people. Jesus. You know what? Also, can I say, because don't just be kind to strangers, be kind to the people that you know, because it's a thing. Being more kind to strangers is more telling when you're not kind to those that you know or who you live with.
Yeah,
Boom.
that's the
With
thing.
that being said, good night before I mess it up.
Good night.